Chapter 12. Oxidation and Reduction. Part 1. Definitions. What is oxidation? Oxidation is a reaction where a substance gains oxygen, loses hydrogen, loses electrons, or increases in oxidation state. We say that the substance is oxidized. What is reduction? Reduction is a reaction where a substance loses oxygen, gains hydrogen, gains electrons, or decreases in oxidation state. We say that the substance is reduced. What is oxidation state? Oxidation state is the charge of an element it would have if it existed as an ion in a compound. How can we assign oxidation states to atoms? There are 5 rules to assigning oxidation states. Rule number 1. The oxidation state of a free element is 0. Rule number 2. The oxidation state of a monoatomic ion is equal to its charge. Rule number 3. Some elements have a fixed oxidation state in their compounds. For example, group 1 elements plus 1, group 2 elements plus 2, hydrogen plus 1, and oxygen minus 2. There are 2 exceptions to rule number 3. Exception 1. Hydrogen in metal hydrides has an oxidation state of -1 instead of +1. Exception 2. Oxygen in hydrogen peroxide has an oxidation state of -1 instead of -2. Rule number 4. The sum of oxidation states of all the atoms in a compound is equal to 0. Rule number 5. The sum of oxidation states of all the atoms in a polyatomic ion is equal to the charge of the ion. Part 2. Oxidizing and reducing agents. What are oxidizing and reducing agents? An oxidizing agent is a substance that oxidizes another substance while itself is reduced in the reaction. An oxidizing agent causes another substance to be oxidized by either donating oxygen or removing hydrogen or accepting electrons. Any substance that can be reduced can be an oxidizing agent. A reducing agent is a substance that reduces another substance while itself is oxidized in the reaction. Any substance that can be oxidized can be a reducing agent. A reducing agent causes another substance to be reduced by either removing oxygen or donating hydrogen or donating electrons. A common oxidizing agent is acidified potassium manganate 7. Potassium manganate 7 is purple. When it acts as an oxidizing agent, it is reduced to form the colorless manganese 2 ion. Hence, the solution turns from purple to colorless. To test for the presence of reducing agents in solution, we can add an oxidizing agent. For example, acidified potassium manganate 7. If potassium manganate 7 turns from purple to colorless, it indicates that the solution contains a reducing agent. A common reducing agent is potassium iodide. Potassium iodide is colorless. When it acts as a reducing agent, it is oxidized to form aqueous iodine, which is brown. Hence, the solution turns from colorless to brown. To test for the presence of oxidizing agents in solution, we can add a reducing agent. For example, potassium iodide. If potassium iodide turns from colorless to brown, it indicates that the solution contains an oxidizing agent. End of chapter 12.